So one thing I want us to know is that from a sample, we can collect many, many, many different types or kinds of data, right? And the data are just different properties of our sample. So when we're studying people, we could talk about age, eye color, race, height, weight, education level, right? Even more variables depending upon the population we're studying, okay? If we wanted to study cars or manufacturing or food, it'd be very different, right? The different types of data we could collect. So for example, if we're studying students, that's going to be my go-to example this entire chapter, guys. We could collect data on grade point average, their favorite subject, first generation student, ethnicity, whether they'd transferred schools before. The list goes on and on and on. And what we do with that data is we calculate a statistic. Now you probably think, Ms. Miller, you've mentioned this a lot. Well, I'm going to, because this is really important, right? So we take our data and we calculate a statistic, okay? And this is a number that represents a property of a sample. So for example, if we're taking a sample of students, we could calculate the average age, the mean height, and average and mean are things we're going to define in a minute. The average GPA, we could keep track of which is the most popular favorite subject. So everybody loves math and not English. I don't know. That's probably a lie. But what we do is these statistics, as long as we have chosen, I'm going to say it again, a representative sample, that gives us a lot of information about our population parameter. So when we're studying a sample, we're really examining their variables, right? Variables are something we haven't worked with a ton since chapters 1 and that little bit of chapter 3 we covered, right? But we can use variables in statistics as well. And a variable is usually represented with a capital letter, it's typically X or Y, and it's a characteristic that can be determined for each member of the population. Okay, so some variables of college students: age, eye color, GPA, major, we could say class standing like freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So many options. Now when we collect data, there are two different types of data, okay? The types of data are numerical or categorical, right? Numerical data takes on a number. For example, height. I am 5'4". Weight, not telling. Age, also not telling. But you see that those take on a numerical value, right? Categorical value puts people or an object into a category. For example, eye color, blue. Class standing, final year PhD student. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, right? You put those into categories. They don't have a numerical value,